Lydia Infante. We're thrilled to introduce her. She's head of the SEO at SurveyMonkey. Need to do that. With over 10 years of marketing experience and a sharp focus on content strategy and SEO, Lydia is a true expert in her field, a standout leader in the SEO community. In this 10-minute talk, Lydia will reveal the secrets to get results everyone dreams of. Outsmart and outrank your competitors. Let's give a big round of applause for Lydia.
Hi. Hello. This talk is usually like 40 minutes, so I'm going to need a little bit of audience participation to help me shorten it to a reasonable amount. Can I see a show of hands? Who's an SEO in this room? Amazing, oh my God, we're gonna learn so much. This is exciting, okay. This is the classic slide. This is who I am, about me. I've been introduced already. What you need to know, if you're looking for a feminist rant, find me outside. We'll have a chat. So let's talk about why I'm going to be speaking about SEO gap analysis. What I'm trying to do here is to give you the best beginner to advanced, strategic, practical talk on SEO that you've ever heard, based around the principles of how SEO is a zero-sum game and how ranking is really just outranking your competitors. We're going to discuss the gap analysis across 3 different types of SEO work: technical SEO, content, and authority. Technical SEO is what many people are familiar with in this room, and it has 2 functions: delighting your users with amazing user experience and fast websites, and then enabling Google to understand, crawl, and index the website efficiently. Without technical SEO, there's no website. Then we've got authority. Authority is everything like links, brand mentions, or the combination of how often your brand is searched alongside your product. That's what vouches for your content. It's what tells Google, yeah, people actually want to read from this brand. And lastly, there's content. And we say that content is king because content is what's going to satisfy your user intent. If you're already the best at technical SEO within your market, you're not going to gain anything by digging deeper and becoming the best test, right? Going from 99% amazing to 100% amazing takes a lot of effort and provides very little returns. So in order to create a strategy that's very actionable and that's quite streamlined, we're going to have to answer 3 questions. The very first one is, who are your competitors? What are they doing? And how can you do it better? So let's start with, who are your competitors? This is a little bit long, bear with me. There's 2 approaches to understanding who your competitors are. The fastest way is the top-down approach. The top-down approach involves classic SEO tools like Ahrefs, SEMrush, Systrix, and it involves talking to your colleagues. So ask other departments to compile a list of your competitors. Then you're going to want to cross-check those lists and find which are the competitors that keep repeating themselves over and over and over again in the list that could have been provided by sales, customer support or customer success, marketing, engineering, product, anybody that you can talk to. After that, we're going to cross-check the list that we've received with the list that classic SEO tools provide. And that should give you 4 to 5 competitors that you want to focus on when it comes to SEO. The longest way of doing this is you identify your target keywords, you download the top 10 people that are ranking for those keywords on the SERPs, you measure how much of the SERPs they dominate. So if you have 100 keywords that you're trying to target, that means there are about 1,000 positions on the SERPs available for the first page for your 100 keywords. You want to know, out of those 1,000 positions, how many, what percentage each of your competitors are taking up and what percentage you are taking up. Another really cool way of doing this is clustering your keywords by topic and then drill down. I have found in finance, for example, that you're going to have some competitors for the business side, business to business, and some competitors are different from business to client. So this way is the one that delivers the best results. I know I've gone really fast. It's explained in full in this Whiteboard Friday for Moz. And you also get this lovely template to do it yourself. Now we know who our competitors are. Let's talk about what they're doing and what are they doing better than us. We're going to use data to reverse engineer their SEO strategy. Because content is king, we're going to start with the content metrics. We're going to look at how many keywords they got ranking in positions 1 to 30. What is the estimated traffic that they've got for each editorial URL? Editorial URLs are those in resources, learning centers, blogs. And then we're going to look at what keywords they rank for that we don't, and we're going to do a little bit of a traffic analysis. This is explained a little better on this slide. This is the competitor gap analysis that I have performed for my company. So at SurveyMonkey, we are middle of the pack when it comes to estimated global traffic, but then we're doing a little bit better when it comes to editorial traffic, right? We are still being outperformed by competitor number 1. And then when you look at how we're doing in terms of editorial URLs, which measures how much content my team is outputting, we are, again, middle of the pack, but we are doing really well in terms of efficiency. So for every URL, editorial URL that we put out, we can expect, according to the editorial efficiency metric, we can expect 100 visits. But competitor number 1 can expect 151. So we want to go and look at what competitor is doing in their blog, because clearly they're providing better quality than we are. However, competitor number 3 has a lot of editorial URLs, and they're only getting 19 visits per URL. So that was very interesting to see. Because of the specific product in which I work, which is surveys and forms, a lot of my competitors and ourselves have a forms gallery. So I have adapted my usual gap analysis methodology to include analysis of the traffic on our template galleries. We find that competitor number 3 has incredible template traffic with 106,900 sessions per month estimated to their gallery. But they are also putting out a lot of templates, 11,000 templates to be more exact. Well, we are putting out 413, and we've got 5,000 sessions of template traffic. Then again, we go on to template efficiency, and we see that competitor, and they get a lot of traffic for each of their templates. But we are actually getting a little bit more traffic than competitor number 3. So it is a bit of a no-brainer that more templates could help us grow. Now we're going to be looking at brand metrics, and this is so interesting in this specific case study. There's a list of the metrics we're going to look at, but let's go and actually look at the numbers. I think it's a little bit better explained. Here we're going to measure how much users are searching for our brand name. SurveyMonkey is a pretty well-known brand, so I was actually expecting us to come out on top. Competitor 1 coming out on top, okay, I can deal with. Competitor 3 coming out on top? No. I was very, very surprised by that. And then here again, we can take a look at how competitor number 3 is capturing branded traffic. So the first column refers to just how many times your brand name is being searched. The second column refers at how much traffic do you get where your brand name is mentioned alongside something else. These are queries like SurveyMonkey reviews. Is SurveyMonkey legit? Try SurveyMonkey. Is SurveyMonkey free? That kind of stuff. So we are doing kind of above average for that, but competitor number 3 is doing even better. So we have gone on to competitor number 3, and what we've done is we've looked at all of the branded queries that they are ranking for. We've created content for the same branded queries, but for our own brand. And we're going to be capturing a lot more branded traffic there. This is very important because when it comes to your brand, you want to be answering your users' questions. Don't let G2 or anybody else be answering those questions for you. And then we go on to an SEO classic, which is backlinks and domain authority. When you look at backlinks, there is no contest. We've got 86 million backlinks only to our US website. So, like, we're kicking everyone's asses. But when you look at the DA, and DA is not a reliable measure, but here it's doing us a favor. How do we have so many more backlinks than anybody else, yet our DA is lower? DA is meant to measure how the quality of the websites that link to you, the quality of the websites that link to the websites that link to you, and then the quality of the spread of those links within your website. So what we notice is that all of those links and all of those referring domains are mostly linking to our product, which is, again, surveys. So people are like, take this survey here on SurveyMonkey, and because our product lives on our website, we've got all of those backlinks. Our competitors, most of them don't have the product on the website, so these links are for their content. That's why they're outperforming us in that regard. Then I like to look at link growth and project, if we don't do any link building activities, when are our competitors going to surpass us? That's quite interesting too. Then I also look at something that's quite cool, which is what does the brand say they do on their H1, and what does the brand say they do on their meta? If you Google SurveyMonkey and you check out our homepage, you'll see that the mobile experience is absolutely horrible, and we actually don't have a H1. We have a client-side rendered thingy. I hope nobody in development listens to this talk later. And we are trying to kill the client-side rendered heading, because it's horrible. But we are working on it still. And then when you look at the meta, you see that our meta is super brand-centric, like SurveyMonkey so-and-so, and it's going to drive your business. And it's like, okay, like what are the actual values and benefits? While other people are doing things kind of differently. So competitor number 1 focus on transforming insights into impact. That is very outcome related. But then competitor number 2, I think is actually genius, says make forms worth filling out, right? Competitor number 2, their main value proposition is that the forms are pretty and people love them. So we have taken in some of this information here to enrich the way that we talk about our brand. And then I would just want to mention competitor number 4 as a what not to do. They've got a hashtag in there. Like, how do they think meta descriptions work? No thanks. Then we're going to go in and measure the technical aspects of our implementation. We've got Core Web Vitals scores, PageSpeed Insight, manual checks. It's all kind of big, but let me show you. We have taken this website through Core Web Vitals scores. When you see LCP good, INP good, CLS good, that is the percentage of URLs on our site that are considered good in terms of Core Web Vitals. And then I average all of those numbers out to give us a Core Web Vitals score. You can see that when it comes to Core Web Vitals, we are winning against everybody. But then the PageSpeed Insights numbers for our homepage, we have the worst homepage out of all of our competitors. You can see that if you Google it, it's kind of terrible. And then the health score, I've taken it out of Ahrefs to kind of benchmark where we are versus where our competitors are. Okay, so now we've got the numbers, and we are going to have to figure out which of the 3 pillars we're going to tackle. We're going to find out where we are running below average, and we're going to just hammer in that pillar. We're doing better than average in terms of content. We're doing average in terms of brand, but we can't really influence that much. And in terms of tech SEO, we are doing average when you look at the performance of our homepage and the number of technical errors within our site. So, okay, you've got a beautiful spreadsheet. What do you do now? There is no execution. Like, there's no ROI without execution, no matter how pretty your spreadsheet is. So you're going to have to make this into a growth plan. The very first step, we've already done it. We identify our weakest pillar. For us, we know that it's tech SEO. Technically, brand is weaker, but it's not something that we can directly influence at this stage. Then we're going to understand why we're not performing. We're not performing as well because we have a bunch of 404s internally within our website, a bunch of 301s. and some other issues that I'm probably not allowed to discuss. So we're going to tackle those first. And then we're going to roadmap how we're going to improve that. Again, bunch of Jira tickets that I am not allowed to discuss, but don't worry, I got this. Then we're going to go ahead and say, hey, stakeholders, this is how our competitors are doing. This is how we are doing. This is how we were doing 3 months ago. And this is how we project they will be doing 3 months from now. Can I have some money, please? Or some dev resources, which is essentially the same thing. A pro tip is that if you find yourself that brand is your weakest pillar, you're going to need a ton of buy-in to get that done. You might be better off working with tech or working with content, depending on the culture of your company, getting the results there and the resources there so that you can prove that your plan makes sense and you deserve the resources. And then once you've got the money, you execute. Here is a template of the gap analysis you've seen on all of those slides. I hope this was useful. I'll give you a minute so that I see you all taking pictures of the URL. But yeah, thank you so much. And if you have any questions, you can tweet at me.
Wow, thank you for this insightful talk.
Thank
you
you
very much.
Okay.